Hola, muy buenas a todos. Bienvenidos a la última parte de Dragon Age Inquisition. Es el último DLC y es el DLC que da el cierre final a esta historia. Así que importante dejar una copia guardada porque después de este DLC pues no podremos volver atrás. Sin embargo, después de que termine el juego sí podemos hacer todas las misiones que hayamos dejado pendientes. En lo que va el juego, pues hemos dejado algunas cosas pendientes, la verdad. No he podido terminar todos los mapas, pero la gran mayoría de cosas y de misiones sí le hemos resuelto. Igual en los equipos. Así que, bueno, vamos a dar con el último DLC. Orlais y vendría a ser esta operación. Uy, tengo operación pendiente. Ah, no, estas son las que yo hice, sí, del DLC anterior. El descenso, ¿no? Y ya había, creo que terminado esto. Sí, sí, perfecto. Entonces solamente nos quería esta operación que es asiste al glorioso concilio 8. Al iniciar el glorioso concilio se cerrarán todas las demás áreas y tramas y se saltará al 944 del dragón, 2 años después de la muerte de Corypheus. A partir de este punto no hay vuelta atrás. Bueno, vamos. Estamos nivel 25, así que creo que estamos... El glorioso concilio se celebrará... Bueno, vamos a empezar.
Another parade, another bloody negotiation.
Smiles, everyone. We must be careful how we present ourselves.
Why did Divine Victoria call the Exalted Council? She's kept Orlais from bothering us for the last 2 years.
At increasing political cost, yes. She has done all she can, but the Exalted Council has become necessary. Orlais would control us, and based on their many marriage proposals, they have specific plans for you. Our real concern is Ferelden. They would see us disbanded entirely.
Inquisitor, it has been too long. I hope the years have been kind to you.
How have you been, Mother Giselle?
I spent last summer in Emprise de Lyon, distributing food sent from the Exalted Plains. The Dales are finally recovering.
Corypheus left a great deal of damage for us to repair. I appreciate your efforts.
And I yours, your worship. I should mention that your forces at Suladin Keep were of great help. Please give my compliments to Baron Deschedin. Divine Victoria asked me to greet you on her behalf. She is currently attending to the Ferelden ambassador's concerns.
You can probably just call her Liliana in private conversation.
You can, Inquisitor. I prefer to use her divine name. Our last divine once joked about why I insisted upon calling her Justinia. She called it my way of reassuring her that I had not completely forgotten who was in charge.
How do you think Divine Victoria has done these last 2 years?
It is hardly for me to say, Inquisitor.
With respect, that's never stopped you before, Mother Giselle.
Sadly, with the Chantry still struggling to accept her reforms, Victoria's voice is not as strong as I had hoped. Nevertheless, I admire what she has tried to do.
I'll speak to Divine Victoria.
I believe she would appreciate that, Your Worship. The Divine sees the good that you can do and have done. Duke Cyril will wish to greet you on behalf of Olay. I believe he is currently speaking with the Tevinter ambassador. Many of your friends have returned as well. I hope you have a chance to speak with them before the Exalted Council begins.
Who has returned for the Exalted Council?
Your dwarven friend, Master Tetras. For one, I understand he spent much of the last few years in Kirkwall. I believe Sir Blackwall has returned as well, although he now uses the name Tom Ranier. And of course, there is the Tevinter ambassador. Enjoy time with him when you can. I doubt you will have the chance once the Exalted Council is underway.
The Imperium sent an ambassador.
Yes, Your Worship. Dorian Pavas has taken the chance to return from Tevinter. It will be good to see him again. I owe him my apology. I allowed my distrust of Tevinter to cloud my judgment. He took a great risk coming to help us and deserved better treatment.
You're going to apologize to Dorian?
I have little patience for those who cannot admit they were wrong, Your Worship. Myself included. I will have to make my apologies somewhere public. He will want an audience for his reaction.
Thank you, Mother Giselle.
Your Worship, a final question, if I may. This Exalted Council. Ferelden would have the Inquisition disband. Olay sees its power as another feather in a chevalier's helmet. What do you wish to do with the Inquisition?
The Inquisition still has work to do. We can't let someone's fear push us into disbanding.
Then I wish you luck in the negotiations to come. Maker watch over you, Inquisitor. I will not keep you any longer.
Pues no, no podemos disolver así porque sí la Inquisición. Podemos servir para otras cosas también. Habla con el embajador orlesiano, que vendría a ser Dorian. Habla con el embajador fereldiano. Ponte al día con tus viejos amigos. Ok. Pues vamos a hablar con los viejos amigos. Primero que tenemos acá. Sí.
The Prince of Starkhaven wrote to you again.
Of course he did. Just put that one in the pile with letters from the Merchants Guild.
And the captain of the city guard had a very colorful message for me to deliver to you as well.
Inquisitor? Andraste's ass, am I ever glad to see you?
Am I interrupting something important?
Yes. Which is perfect, because Bran here needed a break. This is Bran Caven. Until recently, he was the Viscount...
Provisional Viscount.
Of Kirkwall.
And what are you doing now?
I have resumed my post as Seneschal now that Master Tethrus has been elected Viscount.
You're the Viscount of Kirkwall now?
Well, it seems the two of you have a great deal to discuss. Why don't I just leave you to it?
So, it turns out you fund enough reconstruction efforts in a city-state, the nobles give you the worst job they can think of.
I might need to sit down. You're the ruler of Kirkwall now. All of it.
That's not that big a deal. I have a really pointy crown that I wouldn't be caught dead wearing, but that's it. They voted me in because I got the harbor and businesses up and running again. They want shit fixed, and I can do that. Anyway, I was hoping I'd catch you before the summit got underway. I got you a sort of present. It's official recognition of your title and holdings in Kirkwall. Congratulations. You're a comte now.
You can't actually do that without...
Too late. Already did it. You should stop by Hightown sometime to see your estate. It's pretty nice. For Kirkwall, anyway.
Proper disposition of empty estates is supposed to...
You were leaving us to talk, remember?
¿Podremos ir a Alta Ciudad? Uf. Sería
This is
buenísimo.
possibly too much, Ferry. I don't know what to say.
That's nothing. Practically nothing. Don't mention it. Oh, that reminds me. It's the key to the city.
You can't give that away without approval from the council at a special ceremony.
It's just symbolic anyway.
It controls one of the giant chain nets in the harbor.
Really? That is so much better than I thought.
Thank you. I'm touched. A little bit horrified by this key now, but still touched.
Please don't give anything else away.
I don't know how this council thing is going to end for the Inquisition. But whatever gets decided, you've got a place lined up in Kirkwall if you want it. Also, control of the harbor, I guess. Anyway, you should meet with the diplomats. And we'll get in a game of Wicked Grace before I go back, though, right?
I wouldn't miss it.
Don't bet any public buildings this time.
Bueno, nos han regalado una casa. Nada mal, la verdad, ¿eh? Una casa en Alta Ciudad. ¿Estás acá? No. Uy, ¿y esto? Escúchame, ¿por qué hay algo acá? Qué raro. No me hubiera esperado eso, la verdad. A ver, ¿quién más encontraremos? A la izquierda. Blackwell. O bueno, ahora se llama... Rainer.
Fashionably late. I thought you weren't gonna show.
I gave you my word we would talk, and I never break my word.
Easy there. I was just teasing. So tell me everything that happened while I was away. And after the betrayal and what I put those men through, my sorries were worth about as much as shit.
Are you glad you at least tried to apologize?
It's hard to say. I go back and forth most days. They needed to know that there's a way to come back from anything. And I wanted to help them if I could. I thought going up there on the gallows was difficult. This was worse. 100 times worse. Anyway, it's nice to be back. Though I'm not sure what to think of this council. No matter what, you know you can always count on my sword arm and my friendship.
Your aim is atrocious. I'm embarrassed for you.
Think you can do better? Inquisitor.
Bueno, acá hay tienda. Me imagino que esta vende artefactos. Vamos a comprar lo que tengo, lo que podamos. Son de grado 1, ¿no? Creo que lo mejor pues son estos de acá. Nada. Nuestro amigo Cole. ¿Cole se quedó con nosotros? La verdad es que no recuerdo.
Inquisitor, I see you have time for afternoon refreshments.
Did you know that a merchant in the courtyard is selling gemstones the same color as your eyes?
What an odd thing to say. I must see this for myself.
I appreciate the help getting him elsewhere.
I still don't understand Orlesians and their masks, but it makes him happy. And I needed the table.
For breadcrumbs?
Birds like breadcrumbs.
Oh, Cole, good day. I didn't see you there.
But I saw you, as lovely as your songs.
I'm pleased for both of you.
The world has ample pain, Inquisitor. The kindness found in Cole is rare indeed.
Her songs bring happiness to those who hear, and I can make her happy in return.
Well then, carry on.
No puedo creerlo, bien, ¿ah? No, valía la pena hacerlo más humano. No sé si eso tiene que ver con nosotros, o sea, con que decidimos que sea más humano. La verdad que bastante bien, ¿eh? A ver, acá estaba Cole. Me pregunto si está Toro de Hierro. Está este cosita. Vamos a hablar con Toro de Hierro. Uy, Cera también está acá.
Inquisitor Herald, glad to be back, though. Whatever it is this lot have shoved up their sleeves. Just right up in there.
That's it. It's been some time.
Well, we don't know what's what, so what's there to go on about? It's Inquisition business, innit? That's all we are. Maybe sort out how they want to mess with us. Then there'll be something to talk about.
Qué fría Cera.
Your worship, I'm glad you're here. Listen, I need you to keep the chief distracted while we sneak this dragon skull through the room behind him.
I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes.
It's for his birthday.
I'll see what I can do, Krem.
All right, here he comes. Just keep him talking. He loves talking.
Hey, boss. Good to see you.
It's fascinating to see the remnants of Syrian culture here. Most of it was deliberately erased during the Orlesian unification, under the reign of Mafarath's son, Isarath.
Uh-huh.
Most mages hate the thick of battle, but I can't imagine hanging back. It's nice to get your hands dirty.
That's why I like you, boss. You swing a sword. It's a weird sword made out of magic, but still.
Do you think news of the Exalted Council could affect the lyrium shipments from Orzammar?
Maybe.
Did you know that Ferelden has its own names for lords? The country is divided into Ternirs governed by Terns. Inside those are cities and Arlings ruled by Arls. And then there's the Banorn. It's a large area of countryside ruled by multiple bands.
Good to know.
I'm sorry, I can't do this.
Sure you can. They must have that thing almost across the room by now, right? Ben Hasrath, remember?
Surprise! Happy birthday, Chief.
Oh, you guys. You got me.
A ver, ¿qué más encontramos? Acá estaba, pues era esto, pues hay uno por acá. Pero primero a ver, quiero ver qué hay acá, que se puede fabricar algo. Equipar pociones. Pues creo que... La verdad es que nunca terminé de mejorar la poción de salud. Laurel del profeta. Pues no tengo laurel del profeta, pero bueno. Bueno, esto era esto. A ver qué vemos acá. Uy, tenemos acá. ¿Qué es esto? Bueno. Bueno, en fin, vamos a ver qué está acá.
Oh,
Is everything all right?
Yes. Well, I wanted to speak with you, and now you're here.
This seems serious.
It's not about me. It's about you. Maybe you should sit.
I can stand.
Maybe I should sit. The last 3 years have been a joy. I cannot have asked for more love or a better friend. But to take such a drastic step, despite all the consequences or how it would appear, I fear what it might do to us. Do you not feel the same?
I suppose I might.
You suppose? Marriage is no trivial matter.
Marriage?
Yes, marriage. You are here to propose, are you not?
¿Qué?
You're not here to propose. I am going to kill Varric. Why do I believe everything he says? Why?
Now that you've brought it up, maybe we should get married.
Perhaps one day. It will be a truly romantic proposal, and I will act very surprised. What comes next will not be easy for either of us, but you do not have to fight for me. I am not going anywhere, not even if the Maker himself tries to stop me. Believe that. That is all I meant to say.
Escúchame, Barrick, qué hijo de perra, güey.
Varric of all people become the Viking?
Qué hijo de perra que es este Barrick. Qué bueno. Ey, me falta uno aquí. Que no sé cómo subir. Y no puedo usar poderes. ¿Poder subir por acá? No. Mira. Me es muy raro eso, Ey, alguien habló de Solas. Se supone que él no sabe a dónde fue Solas. Ni qué papel protagónico tiene. Oye, ¿cómo subo hasta ahí? ¿Qué me falta? Dorian. ¿Arriba? No. Josephine, no la había visto.
It's been quite a day so far, has it not? I've been speaking with representatives from everywhere.
Have they given you trouble?
Not at all. It is quite alarming. It means they are all saving themselves up for later. Would you walk with me? I should like to take some air before the Exalted Council becomes inescapable. The palace has been most accommodating. We are, after all, here at their insistence. But the ministers may... No. No more talk of the council. This meeting was to spend time with you in a more relaxed fashion.
Is this in your daily notes? 3 to 4 o'clock, idle chat with the Inquisitor.
Of course not. Not precisely. The truth is, there is a small entertainment happening tonight, to which I may be able to find a pair of invitations.
You'd like me to go with you?
Very much so. In all the years you worked with Orlais, you had so little time to enjoy its culture.
Perhaps you're right. These meetings and talks don't allow for much leisure time.
And then back to Skyhold without a moment's pause to take in where we are. With all that's been happening, I promised myself a single evening out. I'd very much like to go with a friend.
Thank you for thinking of me. I'd be delighted to attend.
Splendid. I will arrange things at once. The past years have been so busy. We have earned at least a few moments of rest.
A calm night out sounds...
Oh, bravo! Bravo!
Was the woman in gold playing a king? Who was the man in feathers?
Oh, it's all very simple. The first actor's mask is determined by... well, I will lend you the program guide. But tell me, did you enjoy the performance?
That was one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Truly.
That part with the glittery... And they actually set fire to... Yes, I truly enjoyed it.
Then I call tonight a great success. Oh, look! The encore signal!
Bueno, pasó una noche casual, ¿no? Bueno, ya no tenemos con quién hablar. La verdad es que ya hablamos con todos, así que ya podemos hacer las misiones. Uy, mira, ¿qué hay más? No había visto. Creo que debe ser Dorian, ¿no? O bueno... O Julia.
You there! You're to dodge, not catch. If that ball were a fireball, you'd be dead.
You found a dog?
They don't breed Mabari in Olay. The merchant said he was abandoned. Perhaps his owner's tired of the novelty.
Poor boy. Well, he seems happy now.
Another Ferelden trapped at the Winter Palace. I couldn't leave him to that fate. Besides, I think he likes me.
You could take him to Ferelden sometime. He should know where he came from.
I did promise my sister a visit. She might try to spoil you. Remember who you report to. The Inquisition will change after this. I'm not yet sure what that will mean. Whatever happens, our people, you, Liliana, Josephine, will have my support in whatever form you require.
I can't imagine the Inquisition without you.
I am honored, and likewise, Inquisitor. You can help. Dodge this, and I'll find overpriced Orlesian dog treats before we go.
Bueno, creo que a él le podemos dar esto, ¿no?
Be careful, Inquisitor.
There must be something here.
Vivian tampoco la veo hace
Darling,
tiempo.
you made it. Excellent. I scheduled this appointment ages ago, and they do appreciate punctuality.
Appointment?
With the Imperial Garden Spa, of course. You work so hard, my dear. I wanted to treat you.
That sounds like a fantastic idea.
Of course it is, darling. That's the only kind I have.
What are the cheese wheels for?
It pains me that you even have to ask. You've clearly been living too long in barely civilized conditions.
Did you hear something?
Relax, darling. It's spa day. How have you been? It seems ages since we've spoken. I hope things are well with you and Cassandra.
Are you digging for gossip, Vivienne? Trying to get me to give up the juicy details?
Merely expressing concern for your well-being, my dear. Someone ought to.
You must be keeping very busy.
Someone has to keep the mess that's been made of Thaddeus' institutions of magic from flying apart. Don't you feel better, my dear? This place really does work miracles.
What happened?
Darling, it's spa day. Don't fret. You'll undo all the good they've done. Come along, Inquisitor. They have other appointments, you know.
Bueno, creo que ya hemos hecho todos. Sí, creo que sí, hemos hecho todos, efectivamente. Listo. Vamos a ver lo primero que encontremos.
Divine Victoria, am I interrupting?
Of course not, Inquisitor. I was catching up with Redcliffe's Arl. He's here to represent Ferelden at the summit.
Inquisitor, good to meet you.
I'll try not to keep you from more important matters.
Very well. We'll continue this later, your perfection.
Many are frightened of the Inquisition's power, but I will do all I can to allay their fears.
Is there anything I can do to make your job easier?
Explore the grounds. Let yourself be seen. The delegates need to put a face to the legend. I have much to do, but let me say this. I may no longer be your spy master, but I am always here if you require.
I'm glad you finally arrived, Inquisitor. The Crown's anxious for news.
And your thoughts on Ferelden's position?
The breach is long gone, yet Skyhold's army remains. Ferelden can't continue to ignore soldiers on its borders.
The Inquisition has grown. I can see how its presence might cause concern.
Then you understand why we must demand a reduction of your military forces. A power without allegiance to either Ferelden or Orlais? Even I see neither of our countries can let it rest. I won't keep you longer. We'll have words enough when the Exalted Council begins.
Nos quieren quitar el ejército de la Inquisición. Está loquísimo. ¿Quién sabe qué puede pasar más? O sea, ¿quién sabe qué puede pasar más
Orlais
adelante?
is on your side, Lord Parvis. The Inquisition support is not a thing to lose lightly.
Which is why the Orlesian court is circling it with a net and collar? But you'll have to excuse me. I see an old friend I must greet. Inquisitor, how long has it been? Don't actually tell me. I despise feeling old. It's good to see you, my friend.
You arrived ahead of me. I hope all's well?
It's everything I expected. We've been spared the burden of surprise. Orlais wants the Inquisition tamed, Ferelden wants it gone, the Chantry meddles, and Tevinter sends but one ambassador. That's me, by the way. A reward for my interest in the South. Thankfully, Ambassador Pavis is a token appointment. Call on me as you like.
Inquisitor, Duke Cyril Montfort, member of the Council of Heralds and Lord of Chateau Haine. I have long followed your work. It is extraordinary.
Is that sentiment shared by the rest of the court?
Of course. Orlais wishes only to offer respectful guidance to the Inquisition.
Does your grace feel the Inquisition should continue to rule itself?
I would rather see the Inquisition join us freely than be carved into pieces for the chessboard. I have not forgotten Justinia's death. I had friends who perished at the Temple of Sacred Ashes. More than the good you have done, it is the good we may do together I don't wish to lose. Whatever happens, Inquisitor, I wish you well.
Ok, pues vamos a iniciar. Ya hablamos con todos. La verdad es que recordando, creo que no me falta ninguno. Me faltaría Morris. O no me acuerdo cómo se llamaba. Pero no lo encuentro, así que... Ah, Dorian está acá. Ah, pero Dorian ya hablamos con ella. Así que... Nada. Vamos a ver el concilio que nos trae. Ok. Con tus seguidores.
Thank you, Your Holiness. Now, Artigan, as to your concerns...
The Inquisition established an armed presence in Ferelden territory. You outright seized Caer Bronach in Crestwood.
Our goal was to keep more Ferelden citizens from dying, not to seize power.
Your help was appreciated 2 years ago, Inquisitor. Now order has been restored, yet you remain. Invading under pretext of restoring order is exactly what the Grey Wardens did to us centuries ago, and we exiled them. Now the Inquisition is doing the same thing with Grey Wardens in their ranks.
Your concern is ill-founded. The Grey Wardens have proven their worth time and again.
Of course Orlais tolerates this interference. The Inquisition is the only reason Selene still has the throne.
Rest assured, Tegan, the Empire of Orlais will not stand idle if the Inquisition oversteps its bounds. Unlike Ferelden, however, Orlais understands that these were the well-intentioned mistakes of a young organization.
An organization in need of a guiding hand. Yours, no doubt.
Pardon me, Inquisitor. Divine Victoria wishes to speak with you in private.
My apologies. An urgent matter has come to my attention. Ambassador Montillier, can you handle this for a short while?
Of course, Inquisitor.
This is highly irregular.
Perhaps it would be best if we took a short recess. The guard said we should both see this. I believe she was correct. A Canary warrior in full armor. How did he get into the Winter Palace?
We need to find out what's going on. Can Josephine manage the diplomats while I look around?
She will be fine. It's all speeches and posturing for the first few days anyway. I will extend the recess as long as possible. I will also have our friends ready themselves for battle if need be.
You think that's likely?
I think the Exalted Council may be more exciting than we expected.
Sí, el rastro de sangre. Bueno, espérate, vamos a mover los libros. Tremenda manchaza de sangre y no lo ha visto, me estás diciendo, en verdad. Uy, no agarré ese pedazo.
Looks like he came down over the railing.
Pero ya no hay sangre por acá. Ah, no, sí.
An active alluvian. If I'm going through it, I'm not going alone.
Si voy a cruzarlo no debo ir solo. Pero... supongo que elegiremos a lo mismo de siempre, a Cassandra. Me gustaría ir a Barrick en vez de...
This is the crossroads. Morrigan brought me here while showing me the alluvians.
Bueno gente, bienvenidos a la hazaña nuevamente. Tenemos dos rastros, uno hacia la derecha y uno hacia el frente. Vamos primero hacia el frente, que parece que no tiene mucho camino.
Judging by the bloodstains, he tried to get through here.
Is something wrong?
This mirror doesn't look broken, but it's inactive. Maybe there's a way to unlock it.
Pues estoy con armadura, pero no sé si ya puedo pelear. No, no puedo pelear, creo.
The blood trail leads to this mirror.
Let us see where this Kunari came from.
Bueno. Parece que ya pasamos a la acción porque ya tenemos el báculo.
elven ruins. I'm not sure we're even in Orlais anymore.
Bueno, vamos a cambiarnos, ¿no? Creo que necesitamos ya ponernos, bueno, nuestra vestimenta, ¿no? La vestimenta de los gods. Las armas, no, está perfecto.
Another Kunari, dressed like the one in the Winter Palace.
He's part of their military, dressed for war.
Qué extraño.
Scorch marks everywhere. This is the work of a mage.
A powerful one. I can still feel the heat crackling.
We need to find out why these Kunari were here, and who did this to them.
Una estatua rota en lo alto del
Over
pedestal.
there, Kunari. If we want to know why they're here, we've got to get across to that island.
Veo un mago a lo lejos. Usa los Eluvian. Necesita que me vibre el control, pero creo que no hay nada. A ver. Supongo que por acá, que está prendido.
The elves found a spirit here. It feels old. Very old.
What does it want? I think I know what to say. Armelana de Thavrin. Rivas Viranaris.
Right. That wasn't weird. No one has anything.
It was part of a ritual. A secret greeting from those Fen'Harel trusted. If Mithal's Well of Sorrows knew this, were they close? Friends or... I'm not sure.
Bueno, no peleamos. Pero no podemos llegar hasta allá. Uy, que sería buenísimo. Hay un cofre allá. Y acá tenemos un esto. Acá tenemos un esto. Y un espejo que no se puede. Pues vamos por el único camino que nos dan.
That was like Veilfire. It claimed this was a refuge for elven slaves.
Slaves? Of other elves? The old elves? Pissers.
This whole valley was a sanctuary created by the dread wolf Fen'Harel.
Fen'Harel? The Dalish elves' god of misfortune.
¿Se está en nivel 25? What? Pues buenísimo, pero... A ver... Cera también tiene un puntazo. Que le vamos a poner a esto de acá, creo, Y Dorian, hijo de Dorian. Ah, todavía es nivel 24, Dorian tiene menos nivel. Ok.
Wounds on the back, no blood on his sword. Someone took him by surprise.
This can't have happened too long ago. The blood's not even dry. This is Fen'Harel, helping former slaves as a mortal, not a god.
He took great pains to renounce his supposed divinity.
But Fenny helping is bonkers.
Fen'Harel sounds like quite the rebel. The old elven gods must have simply loved that.
This claims the elven gods were just Evanuris. Powerful, but completely mortal mages.
Was this the start of an uprising?
Descarga de la áncora. Ahora genera concentración automática con el paso del tiempo. Ok. Descarga la concentración acumulada con LT y LS. Al descargar el áncora, el grupo se vuelve invulnerable durante unos instantes. El áncora también brilla durante el tiempo, con lo que ilumina zonas oscuras y muestra. A ver.
What's wrong?
The anchor flared up. It's fine now.
Ok, eso es nuevo, ¿no?
This looks like it fits into that pedestal by the broken
La
bridge.
estatua lastrada al puente, bueno, supongo que. ¿Y qué? ¿Se va desgastando? Pues ni tan mal, ¿eh?
Here we go again. What a change of pace from the Winter Palace. A clear sky, a beautiful view, and yes, fields and fields of stripweed as far as the eye can see. Strip what? Terrible stuff. Looks like grass, stings like a knife, and causes sores if you so much as brush against it. So, of course, everyone in Menrathus insists it makes a very decent tea.
Devuelve la estatua lastrada. Ok, ok, ok. Puente. Supongo que tendremos que ir acá. Ah, claro, ese es el comienzo. Ah, aquí está. Ok, ok. Acá había un mago peleando. ¿Ah? No pude ver quién era, pero había un mago peleando.
Kunari.
Conari.
Bashidon, the Inquisition doesn't leave alive.
No, estos son débiles, la verdad es que no voy a... Yo iba a hacer eso, exactamente lo mismo. Bueno. ¿Qué pasa, boludo? ¿Por qué están todos peleando, no? ¡Eh! ¡Au! Muerto.
Why did those Kunari attack the Inquisition on sight?
Kunari never act without orders. A commander in the Qun must have given them.
Are you saying the entire Kunari nation wants us dead?
Well, at last the Inquisition and Tevinter have something in common.
Ah, supongo que tengo que aprender esto, ¿no?
That's Fen'Harel. Removing the face markings from a Dalish elf.
Not Dalish. They weren't Dalish yet, right?
Maybe the markings used to have a different meaning.
Supongo que tenemos que... El lobo terrible mantiene su mirada sobre la luz que ilumina el camino adelante. El lobo. Pues mira, si yo entiendo esto... No hay antorcha acá, ¿no? Yo le pondría el lobo acá. Y de igual forma el lobo acá. No. El lobo atrás. El lobo atrás. What the fuck? El lobo terrible mantiene su mirada sobre la luz que ilumina el camino adelante. Ah, el lobo indica... Ok, ok. Claro, entendí.
What's this?
Ok.
Hidden weapons. These slaves actually fought back against the Evanuris, posing as gods.
Interesting word, Evanuris. If all it means is mage leader, well, they were basically magisters.
The Dalish are going to shit themselves.
This letter says the Kunari... Let's look for anything that explains why the Kunari came here before we go.
What the fuck? What? Averigua más información sobre los Canary. Pues es una muy buena pregunta. Porque yo ya no sé qué hacer para qué otro lado. O ya está mirando a otro lado. No, él está mirando acá. Sigue mirando acá. ¿Pero what? Pero fue muy raro porque de acá matamos y nos fuimos a otro lado y me sigue saliendo. Averigua más información sobre los Conori hostiles. No sé dónde tengo que ir ahora. Acá. No, es que esto es fuego, fuego. A ver, mientras vamos a ir mejorando esto. Dorian. Dorian, ¿qué le mejoramos? Me gustaría que tenga más daño, pero es que no tienes nada. Fogonazo, pues esto también puede servir, ¿eh? Me gustaría subir, pues... Eu. Bueno. Vamos a explorar nomás, ¿eh? Saquear, dice. Uy, a ver. Este arquito puede servirnos. No, inventario eso. ¿Será que será mejor arco que el tuyo? Pues no, no es mejor arco que el tuyo. Pero bueno. Vamos a seguir explorando. Que creo que nos hemos dejado algo acá, ¿eh? Mira, acá hay algo también, ¿eh? ¿Cómo llego hasta allá? ¿Cómo llego hasta ahí, coño? No tengo idea. Escuchar a Cassandra.
It's been too long since we've traveled together. I've missed it.
Glad you're back, Cassandra. You need a break, and I need you breaking things in front of me.
Come on. We have to warn people about the Kunari's designs on the Winter Palace.
The Winter Palace.
Undead Canary was bad enough. Now we have more, and they're hostile.
This makes no sense. The Canary may not be friendly to the Inquisition, but they have no reason to attack us.
They also have no reason to be here, or using Illuvians at all.
I've had the mirror placed under guard for now, Your Holiness.
Cullen, please just call me Liliana.
Yes, Your... Liliana.
I just wanted the Exalted Council to go smoothly.
We must ensure that the Canary do not disrupt the negotiations. The Exalted Council is in a very delicate state.
I'm certain you can soothe the nobles' ruffled feathers while we solve the real problem.
Not when the Inquisitor insults everyone present by walking out in the middle of the talks. Our only advantage is that Orlais and Ferelden are divided in goal and grievance. If they unite against us, Divine Victoria will have no choice but to support their claims. We could lose everything.
I know we're asking a lot of you, Ambassador. I promise we won't make this any harder for you than necessary.
My apologies. I will attend to the Exalted Council.
And while Josie does that, we will investigate.
We, Your Holiness?
You do, Josie?
I'll head back to the crossroads. We need to find out what the Canary are doing, and why they attacked.
And I'll have a quiet word with our honor guard.
Investiga la trama en Guanari. Bueno, vamos a dejar la primera parte de este DLC hasta acá. Creo que hemos hecho 1 hora. Así que creo que está bastante bien. 1 hora y 20, 1 hora y media tal vez. Así que bueno, posterior a esto seguimos con esto. Vamos a guardar. Creo que vamos a guardar acá. Y este es el 15, este es de ahora. Y ya, nos vemos en el próximo capítulo. Chau, chau.